Welcome back. Time for the next video. In this video we'll be further preparing the car for the turbo with some fueling upgrades. Let's take a look what we've got here. Okay, over here we have a new fuel pump, a hardwire kit, and to finish it off, a brand new fuel filter. The fuel filter is something that is very often forgotten, but well, it's cheap, might as well replace it. But the main piece here will be the pump. Why does this need changing? Well, actually for the power goals it probably does not really, but normally when you introduce more air with a turbo or any other form really, it also needs more fuel, and the original fuel pump might not be able to keep up with that requirement. So then you will upgrade the fuel pump. So I have here a DeatschWerks DW200. This one flows a good deal more than the factory pump, but not an absurd amount. This should be more than sufficient for the power goal that I'm aiming for, probably actually more than really necessary. But the pump in the car is probably the original one, so that makes it, let's see, 24 years old. And this is just relatively cheap insurance to make sure it is up to par and is capable of providing the required amount. Over here, the hardwire kit will hook up the fuel pump more directly to the battery in an attempt to somewhat bypass the original relay with a different relay. Apparently, as I understand, putting a higher flowing pump on the car will draw more amperage, which puts a strain on the fuel relay in the car, or one of the big relays, and it may draw more power than it is capable of supplying, meaning you may end up with not enough fuel to go with your air, meaning your engine will run lean, and this is not something you want. Again, might not be really necessary, but this is a cheap safety measure to ensure it all runs properly. I'm not sure if I can fully install this. I might need some additional pieces. If that's the case, I will need to do this on a different day because currently it's Sunday, but I will definitely be installing the pump. The tank is nearly empty, or should be nearly empty, to make my job easier. So yeah, I've already off camera removed the carpet and stuff from the back, so we can get straight to removing the old stuff. Let's go. Okay, you join me in the back of the car, or as much as you can call it that. I took the carpet off. Now we can remove this plate, where underneath we will find the fuel pump assembly. So just a couple screws. The roll bar certainly doesn't make the job easier, but that'll do. Okay, then we just clean up a little here, and then we'll take out the pump. Unfortunately, it seems for the next bunch of clips the audio didn't record, so I'm left with a bunch of silent clips. Whatever, we'll do some voiceover instead. Here I've cleaned the area up somewhat to prevent dirt from going into the tank. I tried to undo the fuel line clips with this special tool, but it wasn't actually working out. It turns out you can just push in the things on the connector and then the line comes off without problems. Lines removed, screws taken out, and the whole assembly can be taken out of the tank. Here you can see the inside of the tank in case you ever wondered what that looks like. Thankfully it's quite clean inside and it really was almost empty. Not entirely sure anymore about what I said in this clip, but the black little box attached to the rod is the thing what tells you how much fuel you have on your dashboard, which goes up and down depending on how full the tank is. The round shiny piece is the pump itself, and the thing attached to it is a sock which filters the fuel before it gets pumped towards the engine. With the pump removed from the assembly, I can take off the connector. I noted here that the wires are different colors, where I think the negative is black and the positive was blue and black. So this needs to be matched up later when transferring the connector. And attach the new sock to the new pump with a little clip, which was very annoying to install. The kit provides you with a new hose to use. I didn't deem it necessary as the hose that was on there looked basically brand new. The kit also gives you some typical hose clamps, but I decided to stick with the original ones as well, as well, Mazda deemed them good enough, so why not? In the kit they give you these typical butt connectors. I decided not to use them because I don't really have the right tool to properly use them. I also didn't want to use these other things I have, as another video that I saw said they don't work well in fuel, so I decided to just solder them instead. After a lot of struggle, back together. Not very pretty, but it should do the job. Now we can plug it back in and it should be ready to go back into the car. Okay, fuel pump back in. Now we can do the filter. Car jacked up, wheel removed. The fuel filter is located right here behind this plastic. So that first needs to come off. Should be a few clips. Looks like one is missing. I'll take that off now and then we can take off the filter. Plastic removed. Now I need to disconnect this and that one up there. Looks like it's the same connectors like on the fuel pump. So another fun connector. Let's swap it out. I'm not sure if I can really film this neatly, but I'll give it a try. Oh, that is a bunch of fuel. Okay, new one. Oh. Looks like I need to transfer the clips. Damn it. Click. Click. Yay. Okay, filter replaced. As you probably saw, the liquid that came out was very clear, so probably it wasn't really necessary, but it's good peace of mind anyway. Let's move on to the hardwire after I put back the plastic, of course. Okay, next day, Yesterday off camera I took out all the bolts, really excessive amount if you ask me. Right now this plate is loose. I think normally this is one piece, but the previous owner seems to have cut it down the middle. The amplifier wiring was running through here to the back. So yeah, let's take this out and then we can do the hardwire kit. Panels removed. Now I need to modify the stuff on this connector, or the wiring more specifically, to get a little better access. Let's take it out of there and need to peel back the insulation a bit. Now we can hook up the hardwire kit. Okay, wires now accessible. These two smaller ones are for the fuel level, so we will not touch those. And these are for the pump. As I understand, we will need to use these two for this portion, with the yellow one connecting to the plug here, and the blue one connecting to the other side, what goes to the front of the car. And then we have the red and black ones that go to the battery. So we will feed them to the back and then connect them near the battery. So I will wire them up and get back to you. Okay, I connected the wires, cut a piece out of this grommet so it can go through. Should be good to go. I will mount this into the metal here. There is enough space for a tiny self-tapper, and then routing these back there to the battery, and that should be it. So the wires are routed to the back. The ground cable is basically the perfect length to mount it right here, which is the negative battery cable, and the positive one is way too long because it's universal and also made for bigger cars. It comes with this inline fuse, which is needed, so I'll have to cut this wire short and then reattach this, and then can attach it to the positive. So with the wires routed along the other car wires, the negative one, or the ground, whatever, is hooked up here, and I hooked up the positive one on the positive for the battery. So now I can reconnect the battery and see if I actually did a good job. Let's find out. Nice. It starts. The pump made some weird honk honk noise on the initial start. It doesn't seem to be super noisy, which is the main reason why I took this one and not the commonly used Volvo. Looks like it's stabilized. I can check for some leaks, and if no leaks, I can put everything back together and job done. Nice. Quick little addition, I just drove to the fuel station to fill up the tank, and it seems the needle is now stuck at just over half. I wasn't sure what the hell that could be. I had a look and I found a video with someone who has the exact same issue after changing the fuel pump. So hey, go figure, that applies here as well. And the issue was that the wiring for the pump was basically blocking the arm for the float. So probably here the same exact issue. So I will quickly take it out and have a look. Sorry about the poor light, it's a little dark outside. Clearly I'm having the same issue. So I will zip tie the wiring right here, and that should solve the problem, I hope. This is not a particularly fun job with a full tank. Oh well. Okay, everything back together, and it was indeed the problem because now it shows full. So shout out to this guy. I'll put the video up right here. He was absolutely on the money. So nice, problem solved. Interesting side note, the new pump doesn't seem to be making the typical priming hum, which is a little odd, but clearly it's working because the car is able to drive, so I guess it's fine, whatever. So let's round off the video. Pump changed, seems to be working well. Filter changed, probably not really necessary, but good maintenance anyway. And the hardwire kit is done, and it all functions, no leaks. So the fuel system is now prepared for more power in the future, at least at the pump side. We'll have to do some more at the engine bay in the future, but that's for another video. So join me again next time where we'll do some other stuff.